is now 3:20, and the City Council has reconvened in open session following our closed session. I'll ask the clerk to call the roll to prove the presence of a quorum.
Councilmember Palmisano.
Present.
Councilmember Chowdhury.
Present.
Councilmember Cashman.
Present.
Councilmember Osman.
Present.
Councilmember Rainville is absent. Councilmember Chavez.
Present.
Councilmember Vitaw.
Present.
Councilmember Ellison.
Here.
Councilmember Koski.
Present.
Councilmember Wansley.
Present.
Councilmember Jenkins.
Present.
Vice President Shugtai.
Present.
President Payne.
Present.
There are 12 members present.
Let the record reflect that we have a quorum. I move to approve the settlement of all claims asserted in the United States Department of Justice versus City of Minneapolis and Minneapolis Police Department as set forth in the consent decree negotiated between the U.S. Department of Justice, DOJ, and the city. Further, the City Attorney's Office is authorized to execute and file any documents necessary to effectuate the settlement. Is there a second?
Second.
Mr. President, before you begin, I'd just like to note we do have copies of the motion that you just read over here if anyone in the room would like one by the clerk.
Would anybody like to speak on this motion before we call the roll? Seeing none, we have a proper motion before us. I will ask the clerk to call the roll.
Councilmember Jenkins.
Aye.
Councilmember Palmisano.
Aye.
Councilmember Chowdhury.
Aye.
Councilmember Cashman.
Aye.
Councilmember Osman.
Aye.
Councilmember Rainville is absent. Councilmember Chavez.
Aye.
Councilmember Vitaw.
Aye.
Councilmember Ellison.
Aye.
Councilmember Koski.
Aye.
Councilmember Wansley.
Aye.
Vice President Shugtai.
Aye.
President Payne.
Aye.
There are 12 ayes.
That motion carries, and we have approved the consent decree with the United States Department of Justice. I will next ask our city attorney to please provide a synopsis of the anticipated next steps in the process for the benefit of the public.
Thank you, Council President, Council members. After this vote approving the consent decree, it needs to be executed by the mayor and by myself and by the Department of Justice and U.S. Attorney's Office, and then it will be promptly filed in federal court. What will be filed in federal court will be a package of a few documents. One is a complaint by the Department of Justice against the city of Minneapolis. This is what always has to happen in order to begin a lawsuit and get this decree in front of the federal court. So the package will include the complaint, a joint motion between the Department of Justice and the city requesting the court to approve the consent decree, and then the actual consent decree itself. As soon as we file that document, I think the U.S. Attorney's Office will actually do the filing. As soon as it's filed on the federal e-filing system, it will be public and can be accessed on the federal court system. As soon as I get it, I will provide it to the clerk so that the clerk can add it to the LIMS file.
Thank you, Madam City Attorney. With that, we have completed this important business today. On behalf of the council and the entire city, I'd like to thank our community for standing together, united in this, and for having patience with us as we have traveled a very, very long and challenging journey. We're just beginning, and we know we have a long way to go. Our success will only be realized when we all work together on what is arguably one of the most important issues in the life of our city. And on behalf of the City Council, I'd like to recognize and offer significant appreciation and praise to our City Attorney and her team of attorneys in the City Attorney's Office. They've helped shepherd this effort for the city and have done an incredible job. I also want to give thanks to all of the city staff and all departments that have been engaged in this work and who have contributed so much to bringing the city through both the state settlement agreement and now the federal consent decree. As I said, our work begins now, and we are all called upon to take up this cause on behalf of our city, and I'm just really appreciative of all my colleagues for joining us today and joining us on this journey. This is marking the end of the beginning on a very, very long road. So thank you all. This meeting is adjourned.